The year is 2009. Our guest here today, he's on a mission to win the heavyweight state championship, and we're going to go ahead and kind of spoil the soup here. He does it, but before we watch his video, sir, if you would, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Ryan Harlow.
Ryan Harlow, 2009
heavyweight state wrestling champion.
From Johnson Central, right?
Yes, sir.
And before we, kind of get into your bracket and all that, what gets a young Ryan Harlow into wrestling?
Probably, I'd say about third grade. I'd started, playing football, and football coach, real adamant about getting me on the wrestling team.
Right.
So, that winter, there we was on the wrestling team. I think, this was at Macquarie Central.
Right.
That's where this was, yeah. I think they just had a wrestling program for 1 year there, I believe, and they done away with the program after that. They brought it back. Let's see, I was starting middle school. Being 7th grade, I believe, is when they brought the wrestling program back. I joined middle school wrestling team. I think I was actually runner-up that year, runner-up. Come back the 8th grade year, won a championship.
Now, I think I refereed you, and was it Anthony Cantrell used to wrestle all the time?
Probably from Johnson Central.
From Johnson County Wrestling. I think I refereed that. You guys wrestled 2 or 3 times.
No, me and him probably wasn't in the same weight class.
Okay.
I was a little lighter weight at the time.
Okay, maybe I'm thinking of a different.
There was a Staten kid probably is who you're thinking of.
May have been. For some reason I was thinking it was you and him.
No, I didn't wrestle heavyweight till I actually come to Johnson Central.
Okay.
That was my first go around with that.
I got you. So you started at McCreary Central, and then you come to Johnson Central to wrestle and play football. I mean, you're you graduated in what, 2010, and you played football. 2010. You on some really good football teams.
Yeah, we had some great football.
Some really good football teams, and you had some really good. You had your J.J. Judes on the team. A couple other. I think Ian Welch maybe been on.
I played with Ian Welch, Nathaniel Dials, and
Nathaniel Dials, all them guys. So some really good. I mean, what Johnson Central football is now. I mean, it's a direct reflection of
where we come from. There.
Exactly. The 06 to whenever it was the first semi-state for Johnson. And then you guys just kind of took off and was off to the races and made it into the dynasty, I guess you can call it. It is. So, what year did you come to Johnson? Do you remember?
I actually moved at the end of my freshman year.
Okay.
I didn't get to wrestle my freshman year. Macquarie Central, I had a hurt shoulder actually that year.
Yeah, I got you.
So that would have been what, 7, 8,
9, 07, something like that.
There. Yeah.
And so, but you make the trek to Johnson Central, really wrestle for Coach Matney, get to play football for Coach Matney. Now, let's go over your 2009 bracket. First round, you're wrestling Martin Jones from Boone County. You win that by pin, 24 seconds.
Yeah, pretty quick.
So you're not here to play around. Second round, you're wrestling Eric Brewick from Davies County. You win that by a fall in 3 minutes and 6 seconds.
Yeah.
And Eric goes on to get 8th place that year. So pretty good kid right out of the gate in the second round. Quarterfinals, you're wrestling Aaron Mays out of Franklin County, and I got to ask you about this one. It says a 2-1 decision.
We and him had met several times that year. That was common opponent in several matches. I don't think I really beat him by a large margin any time that year. He was just a difficult opponent for me.
And sometimes, no matter how good you are, there's always one or two that have your number that you just can't do your normal offense with, or you just can't do your bread and butter move on him, and you're just like, oh man, but you was able to eke out. That's one of those surviving advances type situations. And when I got to referee the state tournament in 2020, a lot of the veteran referees come up to me and was like, your quarterfinals are going to be your hardest matches you have all tournament. And I'll be daggone if my quarterfinals were a lot better than my state finals match. So, 2-1 decision after 2 pins, and especially the quarterfinals take place on the first day at the end of the first day.
Right.
And so I can see, which that's really not a whole lot of energy, but hang on a second, somebody's going to come in here. I can pick back up. You move on to the semifinals. You're wrestling Brandon Hamilton from Paducah Tillman, and you get a fall, 1 minute, 34 seconds. So you had, good night's rest, I'm sure, and you come in the next day and you're like, this is it.
That was one of them things where you just kind of hit a move to end the period, and it just worked out. You know what I mean? He went to his back. You couldn't ask for anything any better. That's just,
sometimes that's what it takes, hard work and a little bit of luck in the state final. You'll get to the state championship.
I believe it was like if I remember, it was like a jab or something.
Oh, really?
Just something, yeah, just
Just something right out.
Yeah, it was right at the end of the period.
Just right there.
I mean, just right to his back we went, and
son, it worked.
Yeah, I mean,
it was effective. You know what I mean? Yeah. But what's good here is, Eric Brewitt from Davies County, 8th place. Aaron Mays from Franklin County, 7th place, and then Brandon Hamilton come in 6th place. So you've wrestled a tough, grueling,
pretty good bunch of
bracket
kids there, yeah.
Especially with 16, it
was 32.
The 32-man bracket.
Yeah.
32-man bracket. I mean, you've wrestled 3 placers already. Of course, you're going into the finals here, but I mean, 3 placers out of 4 matches is a pretty tough road.
I didn't realize that till now.
Really?
Yeah.
That's why I love having these brackets and all that. Cool. That way you guys can kind of go.
I looked at the bracket, but I just didn't put it together,
Then in the finals, you're wrestling Houston Crony from Christian County. Now, we have the video. Of course, we're going to watch it. But before we get there, in 2009, your high school team comes in 5th place.
Right.
Then, as a senior in 2010, your team comes in 4th place. You guys had some really good hammers on that 2010 team. You had JJ, you had Zach Sayers in the finals. I think Tyler Grimm was on that team.
He may have been injured at the time.
Okay,
maybe
been injured.
I can't remember.
And
we had some good wrestling.
You had Jace Carr. Jace went on to went to Union, 2-time state champion. You had the Oxshire.
Brad and his brother Shane.
Shane Oxio had both those guys on there. So had a really good team. And actually, we have the video footage. You guys are going to see it of you guys getting your 4th place trophy. And I think you may have had some blonde hair.
Yeah,
blonde hair that
next year. That was yeah, you're right.
It was 2010.
Yep.
Yeah,
you're right.
Yep, 2010. Yep. You come up with and of course you're the senior on the team. You come up and have the trophy, but it's pretty cool.
Presenting the 4th place award, Coach Chris McCoy from Lafayette with 148.5 points. 4th place, Johnson Central.
All your guys, come on. Right up against the podium, guys. Back up for me a little bit, right up against the podium. There you go, good. Come on out. Jump on in there, my man. Jump on in there. There you go, good. Come on out a little bit. There you go, good. All right, here we go. Guys, hold on. Good. All right, guys. One more. Come on in. Here we go. All right, here we go. All right, guys. Good work.
Congratulations, Johnson Central.
You're the 4th place team, 6 kids show.
Now, with this win, you become the 3rd state champion from Johnson Central. You had Bobby Van Hoos in 92. The year before, you had Corey Spencer beat a really good Travis Sullivan. He was going for his four straight championships, but Corey, was able to get the win. So you become the 3rd state champion, and since then, there's been 9 more state champions. You've had
that's awesome. Man.
You had Matt Horn, 220 pounds. You had Byron Pierce, a 2-time heavyweight state champion, and one of those, I guess, grandfathered into the program that you guys laid the foundation of, hey, we can do it here. Yeah. It's because we're, like Coach Matney says, we are who we are. Boys from the mountains, from the hollers, from the small towns. We can do it here. He done it at Sheldon Clark.
We done it here.
And it can be done here. So you said earlier it's been a day or two since you've seen your state finals.
It's been a minute.
And I want to say thank you to Todd Conley for getting with me and finding this. He said he had like 75 hard drives of old footage from just basketball, football, baseball, all the other sports and events, and yours was on there. And I think he played it after he played it for a couple of days in a row during like classes, like the TVs would come on and they would play it so everybody could watch and all that kind of stuff. So he played it a couple of days. I come over here and got it from him. So we're going to get our computer set up. We're going to go back to 2009 at the Dungeon in Frankfort. We'll see you guys there. So if you have my bingo card, you guys are seeing what we're seeing. You can mark that off your list now. But we're at not the horse park. We're at the Dungeon in Frankfort under the lights. Now, you were one of course, it switches from the Dungeon to the horse park in 12. So you had 09. So this is the I guess second to last year before White was still there. And still, I'll say it in every video that we do the dungeon. The dungeon was the best atmosphere that the KHSAA ever put on for any sport ever. Even the boys' Sweet 16, we know basketball's king, but this was the best.
I mean, it was. There's no doubt.
It's the best. I mean, there's no other way to say it. So we're going to go back here and watch you wrestle Houston Crony from Christian County. Let's go. So you're at the score table, man. Come trotting out. So you're trotting out. What are you thinking? This first time under the lights, first time in the state finals. What are we thinking?
Man, to be honest with you, I don't really remember a whole lot of anything that was going on. You know, it was about silence.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you come in here, and especially right here after this whistle blowed, it was silence. You didn't hear any of this. There was none of this.
So you lock up.
He's strong.
And
very strong kid.
And he looks to be taller and a bigger body than you. Yeah. Just from the video. I mean, you're a massive dude.
And me weighing probably 213, 15 pounds. I think he was a 288, somewhere around there. Yeah.
You can tell he's a big dude. So you remember him being strong?
Oh yeah, he was definitely he was strong. Look at his arms.
Yeah, you can tell. So had you and Coach Matney or whoever else kind of like got a game plan? We're going to try this.
Not really for this kid, no, because we actually was expecting somebody else.
Oh really?
Yeah.
You can hear the JC fans.
Know nothing about him. You know, this is the first go around.
Yep, Christian County, opposite end of the state. So what was your go-to takedown, like your bread and butter takedown?
I was outside sweep. You know, that's kind of what I liked.
And that's a staple of Jim Matney wrestling, is that outside sweep. You go for like an arm drag?
Yeah, I like a lot of arm drags, and just he was big on them, you know, arm drags and stuff like that.
You heard somebody say it on film outside sweep. I heard it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this reminder, we'd like to keep you in your seats and off the main floor for the award ceremony following this match. Appreciate your cooperation.
All right, so we got double stalling right there.
That's no big deal with me.
Yeah, it happens, especially heavyweights. I mean. So you got an arm trapped right there, trying for like a Russian.
Trying to get out of here right now. He's
okay, I got you.
In.
I got you.
Leg just got close.
Yep. Hey, if it's there, take it, man. Opportunistic. He's trying to get out of bounds. And I think this is actually Todd Conley filming this.
I wish the camera. I got robbed of the takedown here. I really
so you didn't get it right there?
No, I didn't get the takedown, but they give me one for him fleeing the mat.
Okay, good. Okay, I see you're looking like what?
Well, I remembered keeping my toes in bounds specifically, you know. But
and that must have been the end of the period too.
It was.
He defers. Your choice. What's Coach Matney tell you right here? Down.
Do you think? Yeah. You know, we're going down. First score. You know how it is. Now,
were you more of a, in general, were you more of this, let's get up, get to our feet, or what are we looking to do here?
I'm going to hit a switch right here.
Okay.
That's my bread and butter on the bottom.
Oh, there it is. Good. It's like you knew what was coming or something. It's like you remember it or something. Man. So you got him down, you've got your switch, you're up 3-0, like you're trying to dig out an arm. That's another Jim Matney heavyweight staple, is getting that arm out, putting it across the back. Byron Pierce may be one of the best I've ever seen at getting an arm across the back. And once you got, like, you can see what you're going for, but you can tell it's just a heavyweight staple. So young, impressionable wrestlers, learn to get that arm out, get that bar, because there it goes. You finally got it. You're trying to drive. There it is. And he's really not trying to get up.
No, he's laying here.
I'm not gonna look at the referees yet. I can't tell who they are. Whoever they are, you guys put them in the comments. So You're trying that power half. Get to the side. There it is. Nope, he's not having it.
Keep the weight on him. He's still in it a little bit here.
Yeah, he's. And that's something too. I mean, you get somebody with good technique that may not be, a super heavyweight. There it is. Some of your bigger guys are going to wear down. Put him on his back, getting a near fall count. He's fighting off his back. And also in 2009, that just as a side note, you had Ryan Kelly at Sheldon Clark went 215, right. So the Region 8 had the Ryans locked up that year. So end of the period, you had him on his back.
I believe we were out of bounds there. I was actually trying to bring him back in for the fall.
I got you.
If I remember right, yeah, he had one out or something.
May have been. I can't tell what the camera's panning. Sorry, this is home movie footage here.
If I remember right, this is DJ Ousley doing the video.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, I'm almost positive.
We'll blame DJ Ousley even if it's not him.
I'm pretty sure that's who it is.
So he takes down. He was riding him pretty good the second period. I'm sure it's just, let's go back and let's do it. Yeah. This is just an extension of what we're doing. Digging that arm out again. I think they're yelling stalling.
Yeah. Slow here, Coach. Slow.
There you go. Bumping forward. You can tell he's tired.
Yeah.
Head's on the mat. He's not trying to escape. Is that Peyton?
I don't know.
Oh, there it is. Oh, don't get too high over. Don't get over too far. So when he does that right there, when you have him on his back and he rolls, are you thinking, uh-oh?
Yeah, you can't get under him.
Yeah, if you get under him, man, it's over. I think that may have been what they were talking. My buddy Christian County was talking about when I was down there the last time. All right.
I hate him stalling.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, the stalling calling him.
So that was the point. Should be for you.
Yeah, it is. I'm pretty sure.
You don't look to be tired here.
No, I was in great shape for heavyweight.
Yeah. It is. So you're up on points. At any point, do you think let's just cut him and?
No, there's none of that. We're staying on top of him.
Okay, no, that's, hey, listen, what you're doing is working because he's not mounting any offense, and you've not been riding hips either. You've been out to the side. You've been trying to bump that arm over. Uh-oh. There's the pin, and the video cut as soon as you got the fall, so we'll blame DJ for that one. There you are, man. All those years later, and it's got the award ceremony. I don't know who's giving you that medal there. I can't tell.
Is it Josh Stepp? It's one of the Stepp.
Oh, it's Josh Muncie. Sheldon Clark.
Muncie, it is Muncie.
Josh Muncie. We're actually filming this in Johnson Central's library today. We're having a youth meet. He's I can go get him. We can recreate it.
That's who it is.
There you are, man, on top of the world as a junior. And it's again, I'm glad Todd Conley was able to find this because it's such a great piece of history to have. I know you and your family are going to enjoy it. Be able to have and let everybody else. We know that the series is blowing up, and you still have your medal.
I still have it. Yeah.
You have to send me a photo of it so I can insert it in. But man, watching it back, did it play out the way you remembered?
Exactly the same.
No,
I still won.
Well, yeah, as long as the outcome is the same, right? Because a lot of people they'll watch it and they'll be like, "Man, I don't remember laying on the bottom that much. I didn't remember getting that takedown right here." But if
Yeah,
like I said,
it is about the same.
as long as
forget stuff like that.
as long as the ending is the same, that's all
all that matters.
that's all we can ask for. So Ryan, do you have anything, man, to wrap this one up?
I don't know.
I just like to ask people that because all these years later, and we know things pop up into our mind, and like the way what wrestling's done for you, outside. Because that's the thing about people don't realize about high school athletics is for the most part, high school athletics are going to shape you into the person that you're going to be, especially wrestling.
Your wrestlers, they're just the character it builds. There's no other sport like wrestling.
And
there's not. It takes so much. And the person that you have to be a wrestler.
Oh yeah, and like today, look, we're filming this on a Sunday here at the high school, and as of this filming, I refereed an elementary and middle school meet Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday, Sunday. I've got a meet Monday, and I'm going to a high school meet. So I'm doing 6 days in a row. But of the 6, 5 are going to be youth and elementary, and youth wrestling in Kentucky is getting big. Like there's been several teams today that started a program, and you see kids, come out with their new singlets on, headgear, all that kind of stuff, new shoes and all that, and they'll go out against a kid that been wrestling for years, and they'll get drilled right out of the gate. They'll come off, crying off the mat, come running to coach, mom and dad, or whatever, and that's the best thing that can happen to a kid. Is sometimes life doesn't always go the way we, of course every kid wants to win, we know that, but with wrestling, the other kid, it's you and versus the other person.
Yeah, it's you. There's no team there behind it. It is a team sport, don't get me wrong, but when you're out there on the mat, it's just you and your opponent.
Exactly, and if,
you can't blame nobody else for anything but yourself.
If the wide receiver doesn't catch the ball,
Right,
you can't blame it on the offensive lineman. It's you, and if you get beat, and
it's all on you, man.
And being able to see the kids that come off the mat crying or, having an attitude issue, temperament issue. They'll come right back out the next time, and they know, what to expect, and they're out there giving it their all. And even if they do get beat, maybe this time they're not coming off the mat throwing, a temper tantrum or whatever. They're like, man, I should have had that kid. I should have had that kid. And that's what's so great about, getting kids in wrestling early is doesn't always go your way. Sometimes you run into people like Ryan Harlow on the mat, and you end up getting beat. And what wrestling does for people outside once they leave high school, once they leave it, is stuff that you do. You cannot put a price stamp on it.
No,
you can't. Lessons you learn, what you know about yourself, what you learn about yourself when you're wrestling is priceless.
It is.
And you're a father now.
Yeah.
You're a husband now, and I'm sure there are little things you've done with your kids, whether it's schoolwork, sports, whatever it may be, that you can directly look back and say, wrestling taught me this.
Oh, yeah.
Coach Matt, he taught me this. My
doubt.
coaches at McCreary Central, whoever football taught me this. And I didn't say it earlier, but as a senior, 2010, you also placed third in heavyweight.
Third place from Wisconsin Central, Ryan Harlow.
So, you had a really, really, really good wrestling career, and it shows you dominated that whole match. But like I said, anything else to wrap this up, man?
Yeah, buddy, I guess that'll be about it.
Well, thank you for coming. Really appreciate it. You had to make a pretty good trip to get here today. Man, thank you for coming and doing it. But when you got your video and I started putting the word out, you were, next up for Johnson Central to be on the series. Everybody's like, I remember him. Man, I remember that dude. I remember that guy. So not just like your guys at Connor, some of the Hoptown, Christian County guys, a couple of my Woodford County friends have, said, hey, man, I remember that dude.
Dude, I was around the wrestling community for a long time, though. I was wrestling high school was like a 7th grader, when I was at McQuarrie.
Right.
I've been there a while. I was around.
You know, shout out to our friends at McCreary Central
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
So, man, if that's all you got, that's all I've got. Thank you guys for watching. Again, this video was on a hard drive of Todd Conley said he had about 75, and you got to imagine how many terabyte videos they are. He was able to find it. So this is my plug. You guys are seeing the list of the years I do have. If you guys have years that I don't, if you have matches from years that I don't have, reach out to me. I'd love to get them and be able to meet with more guys like Ryan, because this is a direct reflection of somebody taking the time and digging through video footage to find what we needed. So Todd Conley, thank you for helping us out with this. But for 2009 and Mr. Ryan Harlow, that's all that I have. We'll see you guys on the mats.